It's the latest heat to hit Sesame Street. This week, a former Sesame Street writer was asked if Bert and Ernie were gay. Said Mark Saltzman, who began writing for the show in '84, quote, "I always felt that without a huge agenda when I was writing Bert and Ernie, they were. I don't think I know how else to write them, but as a loving couple." Okay. Meanwhile, Sesame Street released two statements in response. They say Bert and Ernie are just friends, and because they're puppets, have no sexual orientation. And Frank Oz, the guy who created Bert in the '60s, says they're not gay. Okay, so does this settle it? Maybe. Or maybe we need a second opinion. Please welcome Bert and Ernie's former roommate. We have Clive Parker Hughes, who joins us from Helsinki, Finland. All right. Clive, I'm glad you could be here.
Where am I?
Well, you're on Fox News, Clive.
Fox News? More like faux news. Get it? Faux news? You're faux. I'm very clever. Faux news. Write that one down. You're welcome.
All right, well, we were talking about Sesame Street, and since obviously you're a puppet, I was thinking, you know...
I'm the puppet. No, Gary. You're the puppet. A puppet of faux news and their right-wing overlords. You're a puppet of Vladimir Putin and the Koch brothers. Let me tell you a story, Gary. I once farted 2 pounds of glitter at a kid's birthday party, and everyone loved it. When have you ever made a difference in someone's life like that? Faux news, white male puppet. Resist! Resist!
All right, can we just please stick to the topic?
Of course. Anything to avoid talking about evil Donald Trump. Yes, he's evil. And you're evil. You're lucky I'm not there in the studio with you, pal, or else I'd peel off your face and wear it to a cousin's birthday house party. By the way, do you have any cocaine? I'm starting to come down.
No, Clive, I don't have any cocaine. By the way, though, are you naked?
Yes, it seems that I am. I wasn't earlier. I'm not sure how that happened. Anyway, does that offend you? That I'm okay with my body? That I love the feeling of the air against my naked felt? Listen, you old white male, I don't live by your rules. I got a girlfriend and a boyfriend. 2 boyfriends. 3 boyfriends. And I could eat you and crap you out like a furry fax machine. Next question.
All right. One more time, Clive. You lived with Bert and Ernie in the early years. What was that like?
Those guys. I'm out.
I knew we should have pre-interviewed him. Tyrus?
So many things wrong with that. Listen.
Yes.
I grew up. Bert and Ernie, one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. A puppet is a puppet.
Yeah.
It can't be
anything
else besides a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I get it. You want to get into the real scandal? You talk about Cookie Monster and all his baby mamas. That's a real scandal. Snuffleupagus drug problem. We could talk about that, but you know, they're puppets. They're not.
Yes.
We can't make them heterosexual. Mm-hmm. You know, we can't.
They don't have the genitals.
Yeah, they don't. They are puppets.
They're just felt in a hand of a stranger.
Okay, we talked about this in the back, Greg. We're not talking. Do not encourage him. No hands in the puppets.
Rob, isn't this again like the evidence of like how identity politics just goes everywhere it can go?
Yeah. Raging puppet phobia you have?
Yes.
Yeah. But before we go, I want to say that was a very funny segment. And who was doing the voice? Was that Lou Dobbs?
Yes, it was Lou Dobbs. Yes,
he's great. He's really good. He's really good. You don't think that he could do that, but he can totally do that.
He's going to be very happy that you outed him.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, he's a talented man. He's a talented man. He shouldn't just be doing one thing.
Yes.
He's got facets like me.
Jed?
I got to tell you, I think it's over for us as a society that we're talking about this. We're talking about they had to come out and say these puppets don't have a sexual orientation. And there are people that are sitting there like, oh, okay. Like they're processing that. They're actually thinking about this. Well, no, but are they gender fluid? I mean, we're talking about puppets.
Ugh.
Like I'm scared for
Yes.
all of us.
Kat, can't this be one of TV's great mysteries? And leave it at that? Or no?
A great mystery to me is never someone else's sex life.
Yeah.
Because I really don't give a
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, if you're I don't care about the sex lives or sexual preferences of real human beings. I'm not about ready to care about the sex lives or sexual preferences of beings that are A, not beings, not real, and B, don't exist below the waist.
And C, don't exist below the waist. Because they're puppets. Thank you.
Rob, one of these days, they're going to look at this show and go, how we were anti-puppet, and maybe they haven't already.
Anti-puppet,
Yeah.
Look,
for
I mean, who knows? All I know is that on Reddit right this minute, there's some really, really, really interesting puppet porn being written.
Yes, yes.
And if there isn't,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get to it.
unfortunately, I'm pretty sure there probably are some puppets with sex lives.
Yes, exactly.
that's not the puppet's choice. It's the creepy dude with the puppet because it's a puppet.
Coming up, is your dog jealous over your phone? Probably not, but let's pretend anyway. How adorable.